Welcome back, my friends, for episode 9 of That's BS with me, Brian. Let's get into it. So this week is going to be a little bit different than previous podcasts. First off, I wanted to say I've had some conversations with friends whether or not this is truly a podcast. But we're going to roll with it for now until we have guests. So yes, episode 9 of the podcast. But this week is going to be real fun because later on in the video, I'm going to eat this and then try to answer 11 questions that my lovely wife has prepared for me while I'm dying. If you just want to see that, you can skip to this time in the video. But until then, here's a couple updates. First thing, we reached our subscriber goal. So thank you so much for the support. The goal was 50 subscribers and I'm currently sitting at 54. So very excited about that. Really exceeded my expectations. So for going into next week, I think 6 is a fair bet. So let's say 60 subscribers would be fantastic. In order to do so, please like, share, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you can stay updated for all my new content. Now that I've shamefully plugged myself, let me give you an update about some stuff you might actually care about. First being my weight loss / keto journey. Last week, I divulged that I am a disgusting 249 pounds, but no more am I that weight. I have lost approximately 5 pounds. I'm at 244.4 lbs. So very excited that it is working. My body kicked into keto immediately. Hopefully, and fingers crossed, I don't have any keto farts and almost shit myself again, like last week's episode. But I do want to ask a question of everyone, and please comment below your response. I would really appreciate it. Am I the only person that weighs themselves before and after they take a shit? I just kind of want to know what's going on. I mean, especially when you're losing weight, that's a great feeling when you get on the scale and then you take a shit and you're like, I'm a pound down. And then you're like, holy shit, literally. But enough of that, pun intended. I wanted to say, has anyone else seen this crazy resurgence of Pokemon cards? At least on YouTube, I'm seeing a ton of people post about how much they're freaking worth. It's pretty crazy. So after seeing that a first edition Shadowless Charizard is evaluated at almost $200,000 or one sold recently for $200,000, I jetted immediately back to my mother's house, collected all of my Pokemon cards, and then was going through a website trying to see kind of what I was sitting on. And I think I'm sitting pretty fat in terms of Pokemon cards, but I guess they're saying that in years to come, they're going to be even more valuable. So I don't even know what to do. If you're a PokeWiz and you can Professor Oak me to some success, please let me know. If not, I think I'm going to sit on them for a while. Also, I'm looking to find a place where you get them evaluated because there's like a grading scale, like a PSA 1 through 10 or something regarding how quality they are. And then there's like I did the air quotes about shadowless. They're shadowless, shadowed, gray stamped, offset. There's like so many different things. And then I had heard this as a kid that the OG Pikachu card, there's a yellow cheek and a red cheek, and the red cheek is more valuable, I guess. So there's all this shit that I don't know about Pokemon cards that I would love to learn because I could be sitting on fat stacks of cash like my boy Scrooge McD. So hopefully I can turn those Pokemon cards into a serious return. But who knows? If you know anybody who can do these card ratings in Western Washington, please comment below and let me know so I can go get my shiz checked out. So, just to preface before I get into this, any of my old friends that I've recently reconnected with and I said, hey, let's link up, I really do mean that. But now that I've put that disclaimer out there, nothing's worse than when you reconnect with an old friend or someone from your past and you exchange contact information and then you both say, hey, let's link up. And then that never, ever, ever fucking happens. So I understand it's a two-way street, but legitimately, when I say let's link up, I truly mean it. But I feel like more often than not, the second party, maybe I just suck and it's something with me, but I think I'm not the only one. For example, my wife, so maybe we just suck, but my wife posted on her Instagram today, I think her story, something along the lines of people always will, or, you know, quote unquote friends, will keep checking up on you periodically. We got it, guys. We'll check up on you periodically just so that you're like somewhat in their mind, or they're somewhat in your mind, so that when they need something, they can be like, hey, how's it going? I need this from you. I think I talked about that a couple podcasts ago, but if not, just kind of a quick recap. Nothing's worse than when people reach out to you. Well, I guess this is the second nothing's worse, but it just sucks when people reach out to you out of the blue and then they like act like they give a shit, but then like 3 or 4 texts later, they're like, hey, do you still work here? Or hey, do you still know this guy? Or hey, do you have a connection with this? I would rather you just come straight out the gate and be like, hey, do you have that hookup at XYZ or whatever? Because you're not wasting my time at that point. I don't know about you, but I would much rather people just go straight to the point than beat around the bush. A perfect example of this for me was when I first got out of college. One of my first jobs, I had a friend who ended up joining the military, and he and his wife ended up moving to like the East Coast or something like that. And before he left on our last day working together, I was like, hey man, I just want to make sure all your contact information is updated. I'd love to check in and see how things are going. And he basically was just like, shh, sweet baby girl. And he was like, hey man, as much as I would appreciate and do that, let's be honest with each other. We're probably never going to see each other again, and we're probably never going to talk again. Let's just be happy that we had a great, 6 months or whatever it was that we worked together. And at first I was kind of like, oh, but now as a adult, I really appreciate that he did that, because now it's not like, I'm trying to make a connection that's not necessarily there. Like I'm telling you the story and I forgot his name. I'm sure I'll remember it after I'm done recording and editing this, but still, that's a perfect example. It's like nothing's better than just cutting it right there. All I have is good memories of him, and I'm pretty sure everybody else who worked with him did as well. So just don't be a dick. Okay, so now that that's been said, we're to the point what you've all been waiting for, my demise. Just so you know that I didn't put a fake chip in here. It's still sealed. I don't know if you can see that. It's sealed. You can see the shiny. It's sealed on both sides. I'm going to cut it open right now. Oh. So I've done the Hot Ones challenge before, and I did it without any drinks, water, milk, beer, whatever. Zach, if you're watching this, you were there with me. You can attest that I did those things. Also, and that was throughout the entire, from the weakest one to the hottest one. And I also did the Da Bomb, which if you watch the Hot One shows, you know that the Da Bomb is like the worst sauce. I did 2 of those because one person didn't do it, and I did it for another $20. So I can do hot food pretty good. And before, so here we go. I just opened it up. So before, sorry, I'm kind of freaking out. So I'm like losing my train of thoughts. So before I did this, like was going to do this, I wanted to prepare myself, because they always say in the Hot Ones, jumping into the hottest one first, you kind of have some time to really warm yourself up. So fortunately, I made some buffalo chicken wings yesterday. So I ate some just buffalo ones, and then I also have one of the really, really hot One sauces. It's the garlic ghost pepper or Carolina Reaper sauce, which is hot as shit. I thought it was going to be really tasty because it's garlic, but that thing is really hot. So I put a shit ton on one of the flats, and I did work on it, and I was just like, okay, cool. And I ate some hot pepperoni today, which is like nothing, but I've been trying to prepare myself. My nose hurts right now, and I haven't even eaten it yet. So we will see. I'm going to read the stuff in here. It says what to expect. Made with Carolina Reaper pepper, scorpion pepper, and Szechuan peppercorns. This chip was created for the sheer pleasure of intense heat and pain. Round 1, the spicy punch to the tongue. Round 2, the fiery jab to your face. Round 3, impaired vision from tears. Round 4, a low blow to the gut, pow. And round 5, KO. So, okay. And I know I edit these videos, and a lot of times I'll do like the same thing multiple takes until I get it how I like it. But this is a one time. I can't fuck this up. So I'm just gonna roll with the camera the whole time, and then see how it goes. So here's it. 2020, the One Chip Challenge champion is what it says in here. And then on the back, this is the hottest one, I think. Yeah, it's got to be. And then on the back it says, how long can you last? 5 minutes, 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 hour. I'm obviously not going to be doing this for 1 hour, but I'm going to try not to drink anything or eat anything as long as possible. And I'll be blatantly honest and let you know. Clearly, I'm not afraid to embarrass myself on here because I talked about how fat I am despite the cyberbullying that is prevalent in our current interwebs. So, okay, enough fucking around. I think I'm going to take some athletic drink of water first. Oh, man. I'm getting super anxious. Okay. Okay, here's the opening thing. I heard that the chip is just straight black. Oh, fuck. Yep, it's just straight black. Oh, no, it broke a little bit. Okay. Here we go. It's definitely hot. I dropped a couple little pieces on the ground. It's tiny piece. I don't want my dog to get that. Holy shit. It's pretty hot. All right. I'm glad I prepped for this. Okay. First question my wife asked. When did you know you loved me? I knew the first second I saw her. People say love at first sight isn't real. Holy shit. Oh no, my cousin got the hiccups. When she had a little piece, I already got him. Oh, that was gross. Have you heard that? Oh. It was love at first sight for real. I'll get into that in a later podcast. What's our anniversary? August 4th. If you could have any superpowers, what would it be? Holy shit, if you're hearing those noises, I'm sorry. Teleportation. Holy shit. McDonald's or Wendy's? Wendy's the 444 is the truth. Oh, fuck. Holy shit. It lights you up like the side of your tongue, the back of your throat. My favorite 3 YouTubers. Oh, fuck. I really like Mr. Beast because he gives back a ton. Sorry, I'm not like dying. Oh, I'm trying to compose myself. He gives back a ton. I've been really liking the Sidemen recently. They're really, really funny. They do a lot of great challenges. Holy shit. It really... I'm sweating my pits. My nose is running too at the certain angle. You can see it glistening. I don't know who the fucking third is. Who inspired you to start this channel? My wife ultimately pushed me to it. But my friend David, shout out to you, David. I think you're a subscriber. He finally got me to just nut up and do. Oh, the back of my tongue is fucked. He finally got me to do stand up and quit being a bitch about it. If you could collab with anyone right now, who would it be? Honestly, Mr. Beast, just because his following is huge. He's got like close to 50 million subscribers, I think. So that would catapult me into a different level. And yeah, that'd be great. 3 reasons anyone should subscribe to your channel. This, I'm planning on creating more content. It's enjoyable to watch, like my death that's currently being televised. Holy fuck. Like the side of your tongue hurts. This is like the bomb, if you've ever had it, but hot, not just like painful. Holy shit. You know, like when you drink an icy or like, okay, perfect example. If you've ever been to Vegas and you've had Fat Tuesday and you're really drunk and you're drinking the 190 proof icy and those little shards of glass are hitting the roof of your mouth and it feels like stabs. That's what this feels like, but scorching hot. And if you can relate to that, you had a great time in college. And if you can relate to that as an adult, I can't. I got to wash my phone after this. I touched it. Oh man, I'm fucked. It says make sure not to touch your eyes and shit. I'm trying to open my phone and I just can't do it. Okay. So a reason one to subscribe to my channel. I'm going to do shit like this more often. Maybe not necessarily pain, but like challenges, and have some friends on here and do some other stuff. And eventually, oh my God. Eventually, I ultimately want to, I just spat everywhere. Eventually, I really want to start giving back to, like I said, my community, my subscribers, my friends, family, random people, the whole nine. I've always been a giving person. I want to do that on like a larger scale. And I would love to generate income from this so that I can make a huge difference. 3, I think I'm funny. But as my buddy David would say, Brian, you're funny, but looks aren't everything. Holy shit. So I think I'm funny. It's only going to get better from here. If you've been ride or dying with me from day one, then I really appreciate you, because I can't wait to look back at these kind of things and see the growth I've made. I've already seen growth just in my ability to do this. Holy shit. I didn't even know when I started. I was looking at the clock, and I don't know. It's like minutes are going by in years. 3 things that we should know about me, or you should know about me. I really want to drink water. That's one. But I heard if you drink water, it's worse. I thought I was going to yak right there. That would have been kind of crazy. I should turn this way so you can get like a full perspective of me vomiting. I'm really lightheaded. Like, I feel super lightheaded. Maybe it's because of my heavy breathing, but I'm going to try to focus really quick, and then I'll do these questions. Okay. 3 things you should know about me. 1, I'm a Cancer, but I'm close to a Gemini, which people really care about. My birthday is June 23rd, but it's really close to when they change from Cancer and Gemini. So girls I've dated in the past are like, oh my God, you're almost a hybrid. I don't know what the fuck that means, but I guess that's pretty cool. So yeah, there's that. I don't know. I'm trying to focus right now. I don't really know what's necessarily interesting about me. That really makes you want to watch these videos. Let's see. I could definitely do that. Now it's starting to get better. I think I could definitely do the hour. If you talk shit about me not eating that small part of the chip that fell on the ground, then fuck you. I'll do shit like this. I guess this is a perfect, not just shit like this. I literally have no shame. That's one of the things that I think my wife loves about me, is the first time I met her friends, when I went out, because she went to WSU. She's a WSU grad. Go Cougs. I just swallowed and it hit me so hard in the throat. We were at Walmart with all of her like best friends from college, and her maid of honor in her wedding, who eventually became her maid of honor in her wedding. And they had gotten like an aisle ahead of me. So I started freaking out like I was a lost child. And it was like going up to strangers, be like, sir, have you seen her? She's this tall. This is her characteristic. Oh, I thought I was going to yak right there. I was like, this is her characteristics. Can you please help me find her? And then they came around the corner, like really disturbed that I was making a scene. And I was like, oh my God, there she is. Thank you so much. So I did that in front of her. And like I said, love at first sight for me and my wife. I really wanted to make it work out. I didn't know if she was all in, but I definitely was from the jump. But I've always been 100% myself. So I guess that's the third one. I have no shame. I'm 100% myself, and I think I'm funny. I think it was Cancer. That's what it was. But yeah, I'm 100% myself, and I was straight out the gate with her, and she's the first girl. Well, I've had some girl like friends, not the same word, but friends who are girls took me for how I am. But she did in a dating, like we went straight from knowing each other to dating. Within 2 weeks, she actually demanded that I ask her out. I think the direct words were, are you going to continue to be a little pussy, or are you going to ask me to be your girlfriend? So there's a look into my wife. But it's getting better, but now my stomach feels terrible. And the keto shit fart might occur. My nose is running like crazy. But yeah, those 3 things. I think I've beat this horse. I don't even know what I'm saying. It's definitely glue by now. Okay, so yeah, I'm a Cancer, that wasn't the 30 things you should know about. Man, I'm struggling. Holy shit. Okay, what do you think the hardest thing about becoming a YouTuber? I wouldn't necessarily consider myself a YouTuber yet. I feel like that would be kind of an insult to all the other people out there that have been working harder than me. I definitely have been putting in a lot of work. Like I've said before, I've been trying to write comedy for 2 years about whenever I think of stuff. And my wife's around me. I always have her text that information to me so that I have it on hand so that I can keep coming up with fresh and new ideas and things like that for not only the podcast, but for stand-up stuff. But I think the hardest thing is getting a following. Holy shit. Sorry, I had to burp a couple times or it was going to be a mess. But I think now I'm like kind of fine. It's just that I'm nauseous, not nauseous, I'm lightheaded. And it's just like my body is starting, like my neck down is now starting to react to the feeling. But I think building up a fan base has got to be the hardest thing, which I appreciate all 54 of you right now. It's really awesome. Like I've said, I have goals for the new year. I think I was saying like 500 subscribers and 200 or 2,500 total channel views would be really cool by the new year. But, you know, I've seen a lot of YouTube guys and gals who will do videos where they will be like, I currently have 1,000 subscribers. Like Mr. Beast released a video recently when he was like 16, I think. He's a lot younger than me, but he released a video and he was like, I have like 8,000 subscribers right now. Hopefully by the next time I release this video, it's kind of like a time capsule video. I'll have, you know, this will be my job. I'll be in college, all these things. And then now he's like, I've heard someone refer to him as the Warren Buffett of YouTube. So it's really cool to see those kind of things. And I think that's probably got to be the hardest thing is originally building up your follower base and just kind of not necessarily figuring out your niche. I'm sure that you just kind of like fall into place with that and then consistently evolve where you're going. At least that's what I've seen for a lot of the people that I, you know, look up to in this sphere. Like Mr. Beast, like I said, I've shouted out him like a zillion times. But yeah, he's really doing it, and he's just anyone in this sphere says he's like the nicest guy. So it's definitely something to aspire to be. But yeah, I think that's what it is. Cause at this point I have like 54 subscribers and I know I'm rambling a shit ton, but I just ate that crazy chip. So you can chill. But and if you ate one with me, then you're badass. But, yeah, I think right now I just have close friends, their friends or family or something like that. It could be some other folks out there in the sphere that I've never actually come in contact with in life or people that I know I've come in contact with. So that's really cool. But I feel like right now it's more of a people who know me basis or their immediate associates. So, yeah, I guess that's a really, really long-winded answer of that one. So just growing my follower base. And then the last question is, what do you think would be the what do you think the most rewarding thing will be? Being able to give back to people. Like I really do. I'm not just saying that so that people like me or whatever. I really don't care if people like me or not. I try to just be as genuine as I am. And if you don't like me and it's a valid reason, then I respect that. If it's not a valid reason, I also respect that. But I think the most rewarding thing would be to get this to a place to where I can not only take care of my wife and my future family, but to take care of our collective families, my friends, my communities, whether that be the ones that I grew up in or the ones that I continue to grow with. I just really love taking care of people. I think I said in the last video that my grandfather had always instilled on me, make sure that you look out for other people that are less fortunate than us. And I do that a lot, and to my own detriment, not only financially, but with my time and with a lot of other things. And I'm one of those people, like I mentioned earlier, that I was frustrated about the whole don't drag me along kind of thing. That bums me out because I really do. When I say something, I'm going to do it. My word is my bond. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And sometimes we forget. You know, we're all humans, and I do forget. But if you remind me, I will do my best to make those things happen. I never intentionally want to put somebody down or make them feel some type of way that's not a good way. I definitely was a less mature person in my life early on to where I really cared about what other people thought, and that really dictated my actions. But I think now, as an adult who's experienced a lot of different things, love, loss, You name it, I only named two, but it gives you a different perspective. So I definitely want to give back to the people that helped me not only get here, but the people that have always supported me, and then just other people. It's really important, especially in a time like right now. We live in a crazy time with the coronavirus and just a million other things to get into. But I think we should all just be good neighbors to each other. And if I can do that, like, again, another shout out to Mr. Beast. Like, he gives back like crazy. And I'm sure that's a fantastic tax write-off. But humble brag, whenever the cashier's like, would you like to round the change up, or would you like to give money to the Humane Society or to poor kids or whatever, which I feel like poor kids is a pretty fucked up way to describe a group of people. But that's all I can think of. At this exact moment, I'm coming back to life from this chip. I just, what I was saying, holy shit. But what I was saying was, I don't put that on my taxes. So humble brag there. But no, I really do think the most valuable thing and rewarding thing would be to give back, and also look at, like I said earlier, see these initial videos to where they have like 100 views on them, or what, not even 100. Like my first 3 had over 100. Now they're like 40, 46, something like that. Come back and see how much I've grown, because nothing's cooler than to see your own personal growth. And I've seen that in my own life, but this is something I really do care about and want to make my career ultimately, and find a way to change people's lives in a positive way. So I guess that's the answer. Sorry if I really rambled on a lot of this, and if you stayed with me through the whole video, I really appreciate it. That shit was hot as fuck. If you do spicy food well, I would recommend it. Like right now, I'm chilling. Like I could do the whole hour, no problem. I think I've done it at least for 10 minutes, but I don't know. The initial like first 5 minutes or whatever was kind of shocking, because it was like I bit into the chip, and then you know, like when you know you're not gonna like a food, and you kind of like you don't want it to touch your tongue, you just kind of like chew it to try to get it down. That's what I was doing, which made it worse because then it spread all of that heat around my mouth. But I didn't cry. Definitely runny nose. Had those weird hiccup burp things that I hope come out in the audio. Shout outs to you, Jacob, because I know you're going to talk shit about it. So respect on that. But yeah, I guess this wraps up the podcast. I'm not going to drink anything. I'll probably drink something within an hour. It's honestly not bad anymore, but I'm kind of thirsty. I'm trying to drink a lot of water because it helps the weight loss stuff. And I know people are going to be like, that's an excuse, which is fine. Hate on me. I appreciate it. It keeps me motivated. Cyberbullying to the max. I'm not encouraging cyberbullying. I'm just saying you can cyberbully me if you need to cyberbully anybody. But yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Really appreciate it. I think I said this earlier, but I don't know. Like I said, I often do a lot of takes and then go back and edit it. But subscriber goal for next week, since we're at 54 right now, I want to be at 60. I think that's definitely doable. So like, share, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, tell a friend, tell a friend's friend, tell an enemy. I appreciate all the support. Again, hopefully I can look back at videos like this and say, hey, I remember when I had 54 subscribers, and then someday I'll be sitting at 1 million plus, and this will be my job, and I'll be able to give back to people like you who are watching this. So thank you so much for the continued support. It means a lot to me. Please engage with me in the comments or on my Instagram, which I will put here. I'm really terrible with the hands. I'm like really bad with it. But engage with me on that stuff. I'm not just trying to up my follower count or subscribers or anything. Well, yeah, I'm obviously trying to do those things because I'm trying to make a career out of this. But I really do want to engage with folks and kind of get your perspective on stuff. Or if you want me to shout you out or shout something out, that'd be great. Hopefully, and I guess I should put a disclaimer on this for the next video, because, you know, in 5 years, someone could come back to this video and be really let down that I didn't shout them out on something. So yeah, if you want to reach out to me before next week's video, which I think would be on the 20th of October, reach out to me in that social media or reach out to me on here in the comments, and I'd love to have a conversation. I'm really rambling. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Stay safe. If you eat this chip, it's really not that bad after however much time it is. You can tell when I started to not be freaking out, but the first part sucked. All right. Well, have a good one. Stay safe, stay healthy out there, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.